I'm not mistaken, that I have met you somewhere before.
It seems to me too, sir, that I met you somewhere before.
Could it possibly be, madam, that I have caught sight of you somewhere in the city of Manchester?
It is quite possible, sir, since I come from the city of Manchester, and yet I could not say whether I've caught sight of you there or not.
Goodness gracious, how very extraordinary. You see, I too am from the city of Manchester.
How very extraordinary.
How very extraordinary. Only, madam, I left the city of Manchester 5 weeks ago, precisely.
How very extraordinary, how very amazing. I too, sir, left the city of Manchester 5 weeks ago, precisely.
I got the train that leaves Manchester at 8:45 a.m. and arrives in London at 1:30 p.m. precisely, madam.
How very amazing, and what a strange coincidence. I too, sir, caught that exact same train.
What could it possibly be, madam, that we caught sight of each other on that train?
It is quite possible, sir.
I was traveling third class, madam. In England now there is no third class, but I always travel third class just the same.
I too, sir, was travelling third class.
Then perhaps it's possible that it's on the third class that we caught sight of each other, lady.
It is quite possible, sir. And yet I could not say if I've caught sight of you there or not.
How very extraordinary. Was it not you, the lady who asked me to put her case on the rack and then gave me permission to smoke?
But of course it must have been I, sir. And yet I have no clear recollection of it.
Since I arrived in London, I've been living in Brookfield Street, dear madam.
How very extraordinary. How very amazing. Since I arrived in London, I too, sir, have been living in Brookfield Street.
I live in number 19, dear lady.
What a strange coincidence. Oh, goodness gracious, what a strange coincidence. I too, sir, live in number 19.
But then perhaps it is in number 19 that we met, dear lady.
It is quite possible, sir. Yet I have no recollection of it.
I have a flat on the 5th floor. Flat number 8, dear lady.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious, what a strange coincidence. I too, sir, live on the 5th floor, flat number 8, sir.
How very extraordinary. How very extraordinary. How very extraordinary. You know, I have a bedroom. And in that bedroom there's a bed. And on that bed is a green eiderdown. And my bedroom, with its bed and its green eiderdown, is at the end of the corridor between the WC and the library, dear lady.
How very extraordinary. How very amazing. I too, sir, have a bed. And on that bed is a green eiderdown. And my bedroom too, sir, is between the WC and the library, and it is at the end of the corridor.
But then we must live in the same bedroom and sleep in the same bed, dear lady.
It is quite possible, sir. Even last night. But I have no clear recollection of it.
I have a daughter, and my little daughter's name is Alice. She is only 2 years old. She is very pretty, and she lives with me. And she has one red eye and one white eye.
How very extraordinary, how very amazing, what a strange coincidence. I too, sir, have a little daughter, and she is 2 years old, and her name is Alice too, sir, and she is very pretty, and she too has one red eye and one white eye.
Could it possibly be, madam, that they are one and the same?
It is quite possible, sir. Quite.
And there can be no mistake. We have met each other before, and you can be none other than my little wife, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I have found you again.
Donald, darling, it's really you.
Elizabeth and Donald are now far too happy to be able to hear me, so I can tell you a little secret. Elizabeth is not Elizabeth, and Donald is not Donald, and I'll prove it to you. The daughter Donald speaks of is not Elizabeth's child, not the same one at all. You see, Donald's child has one red eye and one white eye, but it is Donald's daughter that has the right eye that's white, and the left eye that's white. Elizabeth has the left eye that's white, and the right eye that's white. Subsequently, Donald's whole argumentation falls to the ground when it encounters its final obstacle that annihilates his entire theory. Since Elizabeth and Donald are, in fact, not parents of the same child. They are, in fact, not Elizabeth and Donald. Who is the real Elizabeth? Who is the real Donald? I haven't the slightest idea. Let us make no attempt of finding out. My real name is Sherlock Holmes.
Good evening, how lovely to see you. Please forgive us keeping you waiting so long, but as soon as we heard that you were going to come without announcing your intended visit, we changed to our glad rags.
We have had nothing to eat all day. We've been expecting you for 4 hours now. Why have you come so late?
Oh, really?
I think we must all have cold.
It's not cold weather, though.
There are no drafts.
Oh no, rather not.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh
He can't control himself. He's bored stiff.
Oh, really? So you shouldn't do your age.
Age doesn't count as far as the heart's concerned.
Is that true?
That's what they say.
They say the contrary is true, too.
The truth lies between the two.
Must be true too.
You two are always traveling. You must have some interesting stories to tell us.
Tell them, darling, what you saw today.
No, I couldn't. They'd never believe me.
But you don't think we doubt your word?
It should be very effective if you did.
You'll upset them, darling, if you make them think.
Well then, today I witnessed the most incredible incident.
Tell them quickly, darling.
Someone's gonna make us laugh.
Well then, today as I was going up to the market to buy some vegetables, which are still going up and up in price,
What on earth is going to end?
there is a gentleman outside of a restaurant, respectably dressed, about 50 years old,
Who is what?
He was what?
You mustn't interrupt, my dear. Naughty girl.
You interrupted first. Duck.
Tell them what the gentleman was doing.
Well, you'll never believe me, but he was kneeling on the ground and leaning forward.
Oh.
Yes, kneeling on the ground and leaning forward he was. I went right up to him to see what he was doing.
What? What?
His shoelaces had come undone and he was tying them up.
Fantastic! If I'd heard that from anybody else, I wouldn't have believed it.
And why not, pray? There are even stranger things to be seen about this town. Only today, for example, I was in an underground train, and there was a gentleman sitting as large as life and calmly, reading a newspaper.
What an odd character.
Perhaps it was the same gentleman. Listen! There's a ring at the door!
There must be somebody there. I'll go and see. Nobody.
I'll give you another example.
Listen! There's a ring at the door!
Must be somebody there. I'll go and see. Nobody.
You were saying, darling, you were going to give them another example.
Oh, yes.
Listen! There's a ring at the door!
Not going to answer it again.
Yes, but there's a ring at the door!
What makes you think there'll be somebody there? The first time there was nobody there, the second time either.
Because there's a ring at the door!
That's no reason.
What do you mean by that? When there's a ring at the door, it's because there's somebody there who knocks at the door so that somebody else can go and answer it.
No, not always. You saw what happened just now.
No, usually there is somebody there.
Okay then, take my time. When I go to visit someone, I ring the bell so that I can get in. And I should say everybody does the same thing. And that every time there's a knock at the door, it's because there's somebody there.
No, darling, that's all right in theory, but in practice things don't turn out that way. You saw what happened just now.
Your wife, Mr. Smith, is ethically right.
Oh, trust you!